and I'm so glad that you're here for this episode, Michael. Because this card is Omnath, Locus of Creation. Red, green, white, and blue. So the reason I'm glad that you're on this episode is that last year, I think we did the review episode together for M20, and we talked about Omnath, the 3-mana one, and we had a very long discussion on how you disagreed that they would ever print a 4-color Omnath because you think that's silly and that 4-color cards don't need to be printed.
I thought they were going to skip to 5. I'm not ashamed to say it. I thought they were going to skip to 5. If I were them, would have skipped to 5.
But we got our boy at 4 at the 4 colors. I'm hyped. I like this card. It's cute.
So I guess is 4-color Omnath exciting?
I think it is. I mean, I guess there's two thoughts I have in the subject matter. I think overall 4-color commander decks were a mistake. But the cat's out of the bag. I don't think there's ever a way to get rid of it. I don't think I don't think there's a universe where they would have never done it. I don't think there's a way to know that they were a mistake. And
so you think that? Do you think it's the the 4-color commanders / partner combos that exist are a mistake, or you think there should be no such thing as a 4-color commander deck? If you want to play 4 colors, you got to do 5.
Yeah. I think that
old.
Yeah. So I don't think that I think the complaint people have with partners, there's some issues with them. Some of them are very powerful and you're given options to play with them in any way you really want, which I guess is problematic, but I actually really like the partner mechanic. I think that the issue is more that by letting people play with 4 colors, you're removing most of what makes Commander unique within the color restrictions. And it's why CDH has devolved into the most people are playing 4-color piles of some variety.
So I agree with you. But I think that the difference between everybody's playing 4-color and everybody's playing 5-color is just completely negligible. 5-color legends are exciting, and they're not going to stop printing them. And I would have printed a 5-color Omnath if I could. And people are just going to play those as their commander. I mean, everybody could just be playing Golos or Kenrith in CDH, or people could be playing Golos or Tanatimna.
Right.
Or Najeela, right? Najeela is another. Yeah, I mean, there's good 5-color commanders, and I'm glad they printed them because I think they're cool for the most part. Najeela aside, I don't like combat steps, but
bringing it back.
Golos and Kenrith are both cool, even though they're CEDH powerhouse scumbag cards, whatever. I think they're cool, and I'm glad they got printed. I wouldn't want them to be unprinted, and I don't think the existence of Atraxa, is an affront to me when I think Golos is fine.
Sure. I guess it's with most of the 5-color ones. I think that maybe that's what the issue with partner, right? They're allowing you to play 4-color and they're giving you all the benefits that partner does at the same time.
Yeah, I mean, I think partner is inherently powerful, having,
it also
companion
limits.
Is you have an extra card in the command zone, basically, right? That is a free card, not in your hand. Nobody can interact with it. You get to play it. And that was obviously very powerful and problematic. Partner is kind of the same thing, but it only works in Commander, right? You get, instead of 1 card in the command zone, which everybody else has, you get 2 cards in the command zone. They track commander attacks separately. If somebody kills your commander, you just play the other one. They have their issues. And to make up for it, most partners are weak.
Mm-hmm.
I think the first time around, they missed the mark a little bit because the partners were not weak enough. But since then, all the partner withs have been fine. There's no partner with that's a big problem, right? I mean, and in Commander Legends, hopefully they learn their lesson, right? Because partner's in there.
Right. And I think there's some lessons to learn, right? A good example is, Peer and Toothy is maybe a little people think that one of them is a little bit too more powerful than they maybe wanted. I don't think all of the partners with are unpowered. And I like the ability to kind of mix and match and figure that out. I think partner is maybe my favorite commander based mechanic. And it's more, I think people have issues with just because I can play 4 colors, it's too much good stuff. Yes, there's the problem that 5-color is available, but I think you're more limited in what your commanders can do.
There are not that many, Brea and Atraxa are both considered to be very powerful commanders, right? But you don't see Brea or Atraxa CEDH decks because they're not that good.
Right.
So you either want to just get access to your 5th color, or you want to have 2 people in the command zone. That's what you want in CEDH, right?
Mm-hmm.
upper mega echelons of Commander, assuming you care about that, which I guess as a podcast we do now. Um, if you want to say
I
that,
have
like,
more
four
experience
color
in
decks are too
CDH than I
powerful, I don't
thought
think
I
it's
would
four
have.
color decks. I think it's that first run of partners. There were just enough very powerful partners that they are the best option. Like, you just want to play them because you get two people in the command zone that are both good.
Right, right. And
And
I think
that leads you to four color pile. That's great. I love to play a four color pile. I think if they didn't exist and we just had, like, three Atraxas and three Breas instead of the partner pairing situation, I think people would just be playing Golos anyway.
yeah, no, I think that more okay. I think that's fair. Like just like 5 color would be good enough to play them. There's also an argument I want to like maybe make that the like generic cost or 1 color generic cost, but then activated abilities of 5 color are also problematic. That I think a lot of people would maybe agree on. Now if Golos was 5 pips, it would be terrible in every format but Commander, and then would probably still see play. Golos is maybe a bad example. Kenrith maybe is a better example.
What's
I
wrong with what would you do to Kenrith?
make it cost black, red, green, or white, blue, black, red,
Oh,
green.
make Kenrith cost Wooburg?
Right,
I don't
right.
think that makes a difference
I think
to
it
Commander.
does though. Like the card is worse by a margin.
I mean,
Nagila
like,
is worse.
if Kenrith is your commander, chances are you're either not using him in an offensive way, or you're playing fetches, duels, shocks,
Right.
Mox Diamonds.
To play any
Like,
color you want.
it doesn't
Sure.
matter.
Sure,
I
sure,
guess
sure.
being able to cast it off a Mana Crypt is pretty good, or Soul Ring. That's
So-
cool, I guess.
So like basically at this point, I'm assuming this is going to be the hot take. For next week. So make sure to check out last week where we talked about all the landfall cards. But I'd love to hear what people's thoughts are. Right? What are you guys' thoughts? Do you think that if 4-color decks didn't exist, are people just playing? Is every CDH deck out there playing just a 5-color deck, and just 5-color becomes the name of the game, or are partners that much powerful that they're keeping people in 4 colors? Is that why people are only paying 4?
I also recognize that there are plenty of CDH decks that are playing fewer colors for reasons, right? I just think if your problem is with specifically CEDH 4-color piles, those CEDH 4-color piles would just be 5-color piles if the partners didn't exist.
Sure.
So I don't think that the existence of a 4-color deck like makes
Creates
those
that
exist. They
problem.
would exist anyway. You just be playing a 5th color.
Yeah, I guess. Okay, that's fair. I can see that.
Like the 5th color doesn't hurt you. Having only one commander in the command zone is what hurts you.
Right. Well, and I think also the what the commanders do, right? Like I think that's always with commander, the power level is always going to be like your commander is such a powerful card to have access to that what it does will pull you into colors. There's a reason why there are 2-color decks. There are 3-color decks in CDH. There are 1-color decks in CDH. And the best reason is often the commander is so powerful that it's worth sacrificing the ability to have Dockside Extortionist for whatever is in your 2-drops or whatever is in your command zone in 2 colors.
Right. Yeah. So yes, like what the commander does is obviously important. I'm talking more about like 4+ color piles being a problem, right? Where it's it doesn't much matter in your command zone. All you need your commander to do in 4 to slot 5 color piles is be an infinite mana sink, right? I mean, and you need that to be in your command zone. Everything else is gonna, maybe Timna's gonna draw you a couple cards. That's pretty cool, but for the most part,
Timna and Thomas, so in Blood Pod, right? Like I'm really playing Tana for like access to a few red cards, right? And like her herself doesn't do anything or doesn't do very much. That the other thing she maybe does is she's a 4-drop, so I can use Birthing Pod to sacrifice her to get the win conditions that I need to go infinite. She can get Kiki Jiki or whatever. And
that is a good exception, but that is not as much of a pile. It's really more like just Naya Pod with some black card, or I guess Abzan Pod with some
red cards. It's
cards.
Naya Pod with black cards.
Okay.
Because Kiki Jiki and like there are more red cards that are the win condition than them.
But like for example, if that deck had to play Saskia, it'd be a lot worse. And I think if you had to choose between Saskia and Golos,
I would play Golos in that deck. That's fair. Okay. You've okay. Yeah. Well, and I don't think 4-color would have never happened, right? I don't think that world's possible.
No, I don't either. I'm just saying I don't think 4-color decks are a problem in I don't think that 4-color decks are a big deal when 5-color decks
Exist and
have
and
always
existed.
I guess they haven't
Yeah.
always existed. I'm sure that there is
I
an
guess
ancient time before the first 5-color legendary was printed, but no, because Chromat. Wait, Commander was around before Chromat, right? It was around in Legends. When did Commander start? You were only allowed to use a Legends guy, but when? I don't know. Whatever. I don't know enough Commander history.
I'm not
Maybe
old
it
enough.
existed, but you
Should
could
ask
use
BDM on the
Chromat
show.
since Plane Shift. If you were allowed to use Chromat from Plane Shift, I think
Is Chromat the first 5-color legend?
Chromat, probably, right?
Sliver Queen exists.
Let's get the old.
Like that's Tempest. Tempest was before Plane Shift.
Oh yeah, you're right. Sliver Queen. That card is decent.
And is Silver Queen the first 5-color legend? That'd be crazy. She's before Corona.
I mean, that would be why Sliver Queen was such a big deal, probably, right? Yeah, Sliver Queen is it. Tempest.
That's sweet.
Yeah, and then Chromat was in Apocalypse. No, wait, Atagatog was no, Odyssey was after Apocalypse.
Yeah, right? Yeah. Odyssey was not before Tempest.
Odyssey. Well, no, I know that, but Odyssey was before Apocalypse.
Before Chroma.
So we got
a Chroma is there too somewhere, right?
Not
Corona, Chroma, Corona. Yeah.
We got Sliver Queen was the first one, and then Chromat, and then Atagatog, and then Corona, and then like there are a bunch in Modern since then. But yeah, so Sliver Queen was making 5-color piles back in Tempest. I don't think that you can really be like, 4-color piles are ruining Commander when 5-color piles existed since Tempest.
I guess to maybe walk back my statement, I think that 4 colors plus the last 4 years of pushed 5-color commanders are both a mistake. But I don't think you can walk back either one. And I think one of them is a eventuality. I don't think Wizards never prints 5-color commanders that are good. Like I think eventually that starts happening, and at least there's a variety now versus just Najeela is the best one or Golos is the best one.
Yeah, I mean, even if like Najeela, Golos, Kenrith, the 3 biggest ones were not available or not allowed, like Sliver Queen would do the job.
Right. Well, but there was an era where like even in CDH 5-color decks weren't as good, and that's partially because just like the Sliver Queen was the best one and it was never good enough, and that was true of Child of Lara, which the rules changed, so maybe it would have been good, who knows. But like I think now that there's so much value driven on those, they're better. I don't know. It's the
4 and 5-color commanders should be worse, maybe defensible.
Yeah.
4 and or 5-color commanders shouldn't exist. I can't agree with that.
So thank you so much for listening to this hot take. Make sure to check out the regular podcast every Friday on this channel. We also do Commander streams every Monday night on this channel or on twitch.tv/Kess Wiley. And make sure to check out last week. I was on Gavin Verhees' Good Morning Magic show on Wednesday. So check out that video. And bunch of good stuff, and make sure to check out the stream that happened yesterday. It's up there live. The video just exists now on our YouTube channel, so you go watch it. And definitely thank you to our patrons for making this happen.